This spring, the Rotary Club of Springfield is marking the 100th anniversary of its founding in 1915. That was just 10 years after the start of the entire Rotary Club movement in Chicago. Now, several members of Springfield's Rotary came in to talk about the local and international organization, including how Rotary came to have that name.
Well, actually, what they did was they rotated the club location meetings in Chicago, and so thus Rotary became the official term.
I mean, I always thought it was about the motor part, and that you guys make things happen, and which is good too. But Jack,
yeah, we do. I think that the camaraderie that comes from it is the idea of moving around from place to place, especially as it started business people in service, and that was the goal of Paul Harris, to unite those two principles in his personal life and his business life. So he thought that was a nice fit. And I guess the Unity Building in Chicago, where this all happened, that office is a historic place you can visit that our Rotary International group, our umbrella organization, maintains that space.
you mentioned the founding member, the man who really had the idea, joining Paul Harris in Chicago, and I think the first time was at a friend's law office. Yes. 4 people total altogether. Correct. Amazing. And how big it has become since then.
Yeah, there's over 3,500, 35,000. 35,000 clubs around the world, several million members, and we have projects in over 150 countries working to address humanitarian issues, from water sanitation to education to overall health, and polio is our main focus right now internationally as we work to eradicate that disease. Currently, there are cases in 4 countries. Nigeria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and maybe India. So there's very few. So that's our main focus internationally to our international organization. And each club locally will make efforts through Polio Plus to drive funds and awareness from our ground level to our international level. So it's a neat organization working locally in Springfield. Then we have a district, and then our districts feed into an international organization. So it's a cool little experience to be a Rotarian. And as you go around the world, and I called a gentleman today about business, and I didn't even know he was a member of Rotary. So it comes up and so frequently, and we have that common bond and goal of service and fellowship.
Very good. Please.
Actually, on April 12th, this past, I believe, Sunday, is the day where polio was safe and used as the first vaccination to eradicate.
And something the Rotary has fought internationally through the years.
60 years.
Let's go back in history a little bit with the Springfield Club. Sister Mary Caritas is here, and so many of us know you from your years, Mercy Hospital, now Mercy Medical Center, Sisters of Providence Healthcare. I had forgotten, and I remember this because I think I covered the story when you were one of the first 2 women invited to join Springfield Rotary when, and sorry guys, but the court said, in 1987, the court said, sorry, you can't be a men's club anymore. You've got to be open to women. That was quite an experience, I would think.
It was, and at the time, Rotary was not international, well, certainly nationally. I don't think it was international even at that time, but in the United States, Rotary was forced to take women. And I was invited by Dick Garvey of the newspaper and Al Riviere, who at that time was the president of the club, and served as president of Mercy Hospital. And that was my designation. No one else in hospital administration had been a Rotarian at that point, so I had a double first. And the other person that was invited to join with me was Ann Geer, and she was a Protestant minister, and she was in charge of the council of churches in the area. And so I think Rotary felt that we were pretty we're not going to do too many. We were pretty safe. Not going to do too much harm to Rotary by bringing 2 women in. But Rotary certainly has grown from that time. It wasn't long before other women joined, and it can be said that women have done a good job certainly in this Rotary Club, and have risen through the ranks and have become president and done a really remarkable job. And I also remember that shortly after I joined Rotary is when Rotary International decided that the real goal for Rotary would be to eradicate polio. So we were engaged in that, I'd say by 89 or 90, and it still goes on, and they've done remarkable work worldwide. And you've just heard Jack say there are 4 countries, and at that time there were many, many more countries that had serious problems with polio. So.
Real feather in Rotary's cap, no question about it.
Exactly.
Jim Russell, correct me if I get this wrong, but you've been a member for half of Springfield Rotary's history. 50 years coming up as a member. Wow, you've seen the club grow and change and times change.
I'd like to share a moment in time. In 1964, my father, a Springfield Rotarian, proposed me for membership in the club. It went through the usual screening and background checks, etc. And then my father was informed that I had been refused membership. The reason being, they felt I was too young at age 27. The following year, my father proposed me for membership again, and this time they accepted me. The median age of the Rotarians at that time was approximately 55 years.
As so typical of Rotary, the May 20th anniversary event is not going to be about Rotary as much as it's going to be about things you're doing for the community. There are going to be 10 scholarships you're calling awarded, $1,000 to organizations, special scholarships to a leadership conference. Talk about that a little bit. Who wants to grab it? Jack?
Grab that. The event has, we have a program that is both interactive and really about service. Our club is a service organization, and the 10 grants will benefit the community. And one thing we do, which is I think very cool about our club, very interesting, you can work with smaller charities that have one or two people running those charities, but make a significant impact in the city of Springfield.
The future is nothing but bright,
Exactly.
It seems, for Springfield Rotary. Who wants to just comment briefly on that?
Absolutely. This is really about really having the fellowship. And with the 100th anniversary celebration, you reflect on the 100 years, but instead of reflecting, we're demonstrating how we're committed to the Springfield community.
I wish we had more time. There's so many great stories to tell here. Rotary, an organization that does an awful lot for any community they are a part of. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations on 100 years. We appreciate you coming in.